Hey peeps, how's it going, man? Welcome back to Above the Rim with Detroit Drew. I am the only man standing today, but nonetheless, we got a lot to talk about today. We are taking on the Washington Wizards tonight, so it's going to be an interesting fight. I believe Tim Frazier is going to be a game time decision, so hopefully that means Bruce Brown will be starting at point guard because I liked Bruce Brown starting at point guard. But before we hop into all that, I have to give a shout out to TA, aka Noble Sports Entertainment, for hitting 3,000 subscribers. Huge milestone. Congrats to TA. He's working hard every day. So, man, Noble, man, you deserve it. 3K, that is awesome. One step closer to 4, and then one step closer to 5. And the journey continues. So, shout out to Noble, man. If you have not subbed to him already, go do that. All DSA members' links are in the description. Links to Instagram and Twitter in there as well. So, go ahead and follow me on those social media and be sure to subscribe to all DSA members. So, that being said, if you guys have any questions throughout the show, just go ahead and drop them in there. I'll try to answer them as best I can, but when we get a bunch of people in here, it gets kind of crazy sometimes. So I will answer the best to my ability, but I am only human and I'm still not 100%. So we will see how and where this is going to go. But on to the Bruce Brown point guard talk. I was very, 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 very impressed with the way that he played without playing really any point guard in his entire NBA career in the regular season. He did it a little bit in summer league, just a tiny, tiny bit in the preseason. He wasn't really even the main point guard. So when you get thrown into a position like that, it's sink or swim. And he was swimming. He played great. 22 points, 7 rebounds. So, man, not 7 rebounds, 7 assists, my fault. When you can play like that without ever having any experience, you're only going to get better. And being a young guy, giving him confidence is key. That is something that we are looking for from Dwayne Casey. We want to see him give these young players confidence and get better. Maybe Bruce Brown is a natural point guard and not a shooting guard. Maybe we've been using him wrong all along. There's been comparisons to him being off-brand Westbrook. That being said, he's not going to be as good as Westbrook, I do not believe, but they have similar games. He attacks the basket, he's athletic, and he can get rebounds and assists. Not a very good three-point shooter, so you can see the comparisons. What's going on, D? What's going on, everybody in the chat, man? How's it going, everybody? So hopefully they can give Bruce Brown another shot. If Tim Frazier is healthy, I would save him for off the bench because I think with these young guys, you can't pull them out after having a game like that. You got to keep them in there. Everyone played well. I mean, everyone really did. So when you're looking at that, I mean, Luke Kennard had a quiet 24 when we didn't even talk about that in the other game. Drummond's been going crazy. He's trying to get that payday. We need them to play good again today because watch what Isaiah Thomas has been doing. We've been talking about Derrick Rose being back. We've been talking Blake Griffin coming back. Isaiah Thomas is quietly coming back as well. He is playing very, very well this season, very similar to his Boston Celtics days. He's not quite there yet. With hip injuries, it does take time. But, man, he has been playing very, very well tonight. So Bruce Brown's going to have his hands full with the quick, exclusive guard, Isaiah Thomas, who is starting against us tonight. So, I mean, you got to keep your matchup with that. Oh, dude, Mike Valeni is a joke. Big time joke. If Mike Valeni doesn't know basketball, he kind of knows football a little bit. But, dude, I'm not going to go hard on him today because he was defending Matthew Stafford today. So I'm not going to bash him, but Micro Mike is right. He is a moron. Drummond's been playing out of his mind this year. This is the Andre Drummond we have all been waiting for. I mean, if this Andre Drummond can play like this for the remainder of the season, I think he's got a good chance of getting that big payday he's looking for. Whether it's from the Detroit Pistons or not, he has been playing like an all-star, dare I say superstar. He's going to have to keep this up when Blake Griffin comes back. You can't just pick the games you want to dominate and not dominate in. So Andre is the one player for the Pistons right now that can't take a game off right for us. You know, we were relying very, very heavily on Andre. Is it fair to him? No. But at the same time, we relied very heavily on Derrick Rose, and you had to give him rest because you had to overplay him because no one else could produce. I think putting Bruce Brown the point guard takes a lot of pressure off of that. I wanted to see Bruce play point guard more often. I wanted to see it in the preseason more. We didn't. We finally are starting to get to see it in the NBA, and so far it's only been one game, very small sample size, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. Other news: Detroit Pistons have moved Sekou Demboya down to the G League as a member of the Grand Rapids Drive. I've seen a lot of people were very, very upset with the move, the Pistons, of moving him down to the G League. Personally, I don't have a problem with it because I don't think he's NBA ready quite yet. And what I mean by that, it doesn't mean he's not ready to play in the NBA or that he won't ever be ready to play in the NBA. It means right now he doesn't have the body for it. We've seen him get burned on defense a few times, and you cannot play in this league as a rookie without playing defense for some reason on the Pistons. Offensively, man, he's got all the talent in the world. I think it's a good move to move him down. You're absolutely right. He is only 18, Motor City Sports. So, I mean, we have to be patient with him. Sekou is a guy we can hand the keys to in the future of the franchise. We don't want to rush it and ruin it because it happens in football. When you play young people and you take them out, it ruins their confidence and they never get back to what they're supposed to be. Confidence is very key in these young people. If they have confidence, they're going to do well. And if you take that confidence away, they're not going to do anything. And I think that was a problem when we had Stanley Johnson, man. Stan Van Gundy was very, very hard on him. Took him out when he made a bad play. And then a part of it, I mean, Stanley has his own problems, but a part of it is when your coach doesn't believe in you, you go out there thinking, I don't want to make this mistake, and you end up making it over and over again, and it becomes a mental problem with these young people. Man, you gotta encourage them, and that's what Dwayne Casey does. He did that in Toronto, and he's doing it now in Detroit. So I don't have a problem with the move. Like I said, it's a future move. It's not a win now move, or it's not fancy, but he'll get a lot of playing time against a lot more what's the word? NBA ready players, more American players, because American players are very different from European players. European players are more skilled than American players, but American players, man, they're more dominant, more athletic. I don't know why, but they get into it at an earlier age. Sekou was playing professional basketball at 14. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, I mean, coming from a different country is hard. But when you go against people who play a different style, who are bigger, who are stronger than you, it confuses you. It's a lot like coming in from college. College for both NBA and basketball is completely different. NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB is all faster than college. That's why a lot of the college players who come in struggle early on. It's because the game is so much more quicker to them, and it takes them a while to adjust. Some people don't have a problem adjusting. It's kind of incredible. That's what makes some of those rookies so special. But then you add the fact that he's coming from Europe or France. Yes, Europe is part of France. France is a part of Europe. Come on, Drew. Where's your geometry at? Not my God. I'm going to let that one go. I'm tired and doped up on cold medicine. Yeah, but you guys get the point. Coming in from a different country where all the players necessarily aren't super athletic. A lot of them can dribble and shoot and pass. Where in America, they can run in transition. They're quicker, attack the baskets, all that good stuff. So coming in from a different country where it's not as quick, it takes even a longer time because he didn't have that college experience, anything like that. So just give Sekou some time, man. I'm not rushing the Sekou thing. He's got all the time in the world for me. Like, again, he's only 18. When he turns 21, who knows? Who knows? Getting compared to Siakam is a good comparison. They have similar styles of game. But, dude, Siakam didn't even play that much his rookie year. So trust Dwayne Casey, what he's doing. They have the kid's best interest at heart. don't be mad that he's not playing right now. I know we could use him with Blake Griffin being out. That's a good transition to the next one. But he'll have the right opportunity when the timing is right. And who knows, if he goes to the summer league and he starts averaging 30 points and going crazy, they'll have no choice but to move him back up to the active roster and play him. So we will see where that's going to go. Blake Griffin is getting very, 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 very close to his return. I believe he is out for today still. But they say Wednesday is a very good opportunity for Blake Griffin to start. If not, it's okay. Don't rush Blake back. But they say he is pretty close. Before today, they said that either Monday or Wednesday were good target dates for him to come back. So we will see. We need Blake Griffin. At the same time, I don't want to rush him back because we don't need him for the regular season. We need Blake Griffin for playoffs. I mean, we're going to need him regular season. I shouldn't say that. That was a bad way of wording it. But we are going to need him more importantly come playoff time than regular season. I think that the Pistons will be a playoff team, a very low seed playoff team if Blake Griffin doesn't play. Obviously, we need Blake to be the 6th seed, which is my goal for this team. Why Blake is still out, you have a very good shot of winning tonight against the Wizards. You got to contain Bradley Beal, number 1. But my goal for this team is to be at 500 when Blake Griffin comes back. Because this team is a 500 team. If they win today, they'll be 4-4, right? I'm going to have to pull that one up. I know they'll be at 500. I'm not sure what the record is. I believe it would be 4-4. But don't quote me on that. I'm fact checking myself. Yes, we'd be 4-4. So that would be a good confidence boost for Blake Griffin, knowing that this team can do other stuff without him. Derrick Rose has been huge for this team while Blake Griffin's been out. You're absolutely right. So you don't want to rush Rose either. Problem with that though, we need a point guard. Maybe, just maybe, Jordan Bone will get some opportunity today because I don't like Langston playing point guard. Absolutely, Daniel. When Blake Griffin comes back healthy, if he is healthy, please be healthy when he comes back. Do not rush him back and freak it up because we have something special here. Don't ruin Derrick Rose either. If Derrick Rose needs the day off, give Derrick Rose the day off. It's the Washington Wizards. Okay, you don't want to overburn these two players because these two players are going to determine how far we can go. And if they play healthy together, Blake Griffin, Derrick Rose, and Andre is nasty because Derrick Rose is that player that we've been needed on this team for like the last however long we've had Andre Drummond. Derrick Rose is a true NBA point guard, and he is looking to get his teammates involved. And you can watch him. Watch Derrick Rose when he comes out there. He is looking to get his teammates involved first before he gets his own self going. And when his teammates aren't scoring, look what he did against Chicago. His teammates weren't scoring the ball. He took over that game. He single-handedly brought us back against Chicago. He was motivated because of the hometown, but this Derrick Rose is back, man. Please, Pistons, do not ruin it. We need him. We absolutely need him, but you don't want to overdo it. If he plays today, give him limited minutes. Don't rock the boat too much, if you know what I'm saying. Your Rose, Blake, and Drummond would be a killer lineup. Absolutely right, man. I feel like Blake Griffin is healthy. We just have some easy games that we should be able to win without him coming up. Even when he comes back, you have to give him games off. Don't play him against bad teams. There's a reason these stars are sitting out games. They want to be there come playoff time. So load management is very key for this team, especially how fragile our players are. Even Reggie Jackson at this point. I guess Reggie's going to have to be a player when he comes back. If he comes back, is going to have to get load management at this point because he cannot stay healthy. It's been surprising, and you can't say Reggie's faking it because Reggie needs to play for his contract. So we will see. We'll see where Reggie Jackson goes, but Reggie's kind of the odd man out right now. I've been talking about this a lot, Motor City Sports. You have to keep Derrick Rose and Luke Kennard together. I don't care if they're coming in off the bench or starting, but they fit well together. Don't separate them. Derrick Rose is looking to get Luke Kennard involved. When Derrick Rose gets hot, the defense is collapsing and double teaming on him. And when you double off of Luke Kennard, guess what? He can shoot the three. It's not Bruce Brown out there who can't shoot a lick. So you have to stay on Luke. And when you come off of him, Derrick Rose is looking to get him involved. So he's got a good look at the three. We'll see. This game's not going to be a blowout, though, man. I would love to see some of these younger guys play tonight, but I don't see a whole lot of it happen. It's going to be a closer game than a lot of people think. Beal hates us for some reason and goes crazy against us. Isaiah Thomas is looking good. He was a piston killer when he was healthy. So we're going to have a dogfight tonight, man. We're going to see what's going to happen, but it's going to be a dogfight. And that was the first time he's played all 82 games in a long time. I like Reggie, man. I don't want to see him go, but this team is trying to compete now. So hold on, Marcel. Hold on. I don't want to skim past that. Back injuries are very serious. Okay. He's got a stress fracture on something in his back. I don't know if it's a vertebrae or not. Back injuries are very, very serious. I mean, he aggravated it on a dunk. So even if he comes back, who knows how healthy he is going to be. Back injuries are not to be taken lightly. And if he's starting, we need production out of that starting point guard. So there's going to be a lot of responsibility on him coming back. Don't be surprised if he does come back, if there's going to give him some time off with that back problems. They might not come out and say it's going to be load management. They might be saying he's out with back soreness or something. But that would be code for you to know he is going to be out for load management. That would be a good birthday present for me. My birthday is December 18th. I would not mind having D'Lo. I don't know if the Warriors are going to trade D'Lo, though. They might. But they are pulling the San Antonio Spurs move right now. San Antonio had David Robinson. They tanked 1 year, got Tim Duncan, and formed one of the most underrated dynamic duos we have ever seen. Tanking for Tim Duncan that year also gave them a future dynasty later on when they drafted Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili. So I think that the Warriors are going to tank this year. I'm not sure how far they're going to go down or how early they're going to get a first-round draft pick or anything like that. But they might get another superstar to pair up with Curry and Clay. I think that more likely they'll move D'Lo draft day. Thank you, Drew, for talking right. That way they can get another first-round pick and potentially maybe get two other superstars. Warriors have a good opportunity here to get two young players to pair up with Clay and Curry. So we're going to be watching them very, very carefully. Right now, I do not think they're going to make the playoffs, even when Curry comes back. So there's really no rush for them to bring back Curry. And I think Draymond has pretty much made up his injury so that way he doesn't have to play for this bum team. You are not the only one, Lou. That has been the problem with Dwayne Casey is his rotations with this team so far. And it's not just this year. It's been last year too. It's been the one knock everyone's had on Dwayne Casey. Taking people out who are playing good, bringing in people who can't shoot when you're behind. I wish he would just realize and listen to the fan base a little bit more. Some of you guys get kind of crazy, especially on Twitter. But you have to play some younger people, give them opportunity. I mean, he played Mihailuk the other night. Now, Mihailuk didn't light it up on the box score or nothing, but he got a clutch block, and then on the following play in transition, he made a three. You have to play those young guys. They're going to do stuff like that. Um, I really liked it in preseason when they played Mihailuk and Luke Kennard together. I mean, this should be the time right now. Dwayne Casey is throwing caution to the wind and tinkering with these lineups, seeing what works, what doesn't work. Um, be a mathematician out here. Be strategical. Have some fun with it. This team's got a lot of players, a lot of people who can do a lot of different things. Play them. That's another one I wish he'd play more. I don't know why he's not playing Wood more. You put Thonmaker out there a lot the other night. He had an okay game, but I mean, Wood just goes out there, man, and he hustles. He won me over the very first preseason game. He hustles every play. He doesn't care if he's going to get points or whatever. He's going to go out there, set screens. He can pick or pop. But the thing that's so good about Wood, his effort is getting him rewarded. His teammates are looking to get him involved for his hustle. Running in transition, people aren't paying attention to him defensively. He can hide in the zone. He can hide at the three-point line, get a quality shot, get a dunk. The guy can do a little bit of everything, man. It's a good opportunity for him to go off tonight. Wizards aren't very big. They got Thomas Bryant starting. I believe at least he was the starter last year. I don't really know the Wizards starting lineup because they change it a lot, but they don't have anyone who's going to be able to keep Andre off the glass tonight. Thonmaker, Christian Wood should have good games today as well. I think we got that position pretty much in the W category. We win the big man position. Markieff should go off. He played for the Wizards last year against his old team. I see a lot of you guys talking about Ish Smith. Ish Smith ain't going to do nothing. I'm not really worried about Ish Smith. I'm more worried about Bradley Beal and Isaiah Thomas. Those are the two guys I'm really watching out for because those are guys who can do the most damage to us. Ish Smith is maybe going to get 9 points and 4 assists. I will take that any day of the week. So let Ish run all crazy on you. I'm not really worried about Ish. So we're gonna see, man. It should be a good, fun, entertaining game. NBA games are hard to predict because you never know what's going to happen. You can get lucky and win. Once shooters get hot, they can take over a game, and it could be a blowout. So I mean, that's what's fun about the NBA is it's unpredictable every single night. Any team could lose any given night to any team. So it's gonna be good at one, man. You can bet your bottom dollar it's gonna be a fun, entertaining game of the day. I think the Pistons still win this game though. I don't think it's going to be crazy. I don't think there's gonna be too many highlights on ESPN or NBA Network or anything like that. It's probably going to be a hard defensive game, so we're going to watch it very closely. That's what Andre does. His middle name is Rebound. I mean, I get not wanting to start Morris because Morris has been pretty bad starting. Actually, I don't think I'd mind that. That should be something that Dwayne Casey's looking into. Morris has been turning the ball over too much and really not giving us much offensively. Every once in a while he'll hit a bucket, but I thought he was going to be better than what he was so far. But I'm not worried about it because we didn't overpay for him. Marcus is better than Markieff at this point. So we got a hashtag start Christian Woods in the chat. I like it. You gotta do that on Twitter though, so I can get it. It's not gonna get trending here. I like it though. Nothing at all like his brother, which is a shame, man. Because Marcus was a fan favorite here, and at least you were gonna get 13 points from him. So we'll see. Morris has been pretty bad all around. I can't really say that he's done anything well. He's cussing out the ref every game. I believe he's got 2 or 3 technicals already this year in 7 games. So he's on good pace to get a record. At least he's like Rasheed Wallace in that category. That's the best I can say to him. Absolutely right. You haven't heard too many people say Trey Drummond right now. Well, he's gonna have a bad game. They'll all come back out of their mom's basement and try to slander him again. It's how they do it. The thing with Snell, he's doing exactly what I thought he was going to do: shoot threes, play a little bit of defense. Snell's not going to be the guy who's going to change this team. He's just a role player. I haven't been like impressed with Snell, but Snell's not a problem. He's not turned the ball over. He's taking good shots and at least trying on defense. That's all you can ask for your players. So Snell's not going to be a guy I'm like, oh, give the ball to Snell and go get a bucket. He's not that kind of guy. He's just there as a distraction when our guys are collapsing. You'll probably see him get more opportunities when Blake Griffin comes back, when they post up Blake and he is going to get doubled and triple team. He's going to have a lot more opportunities there. He's going to go back to the bench when Blake comes back. That's why I'm waiting. I'm not waiting to crucify Morris and put him on the cross yet. I'm waiting to see how he's going to look off the bench when Blake Griffin comes back, because that's where he's going to be. So we're going to see. Anyone is better than Pachulia. I'd take Jose Calderon over Pachulia. So that says a lot. Like I don't hate Snell, man. I like Snell. It depends, man. I am glad I'm not in the Pistons front office having to be part of this decision, because it is tough. If Drummond can average this 2020 that he's on pace for, yes. Um, I think Drummond's the most important Piston. When Drummond plays good and has those 2020 games and is all over the place, we have a very good opportunity to win the game. When Drummond plays bad, foul trouble, I mean, you can look at the plus minus of the team's efficiency. It's night and day difference. I think you have to keep Drummond. This team would be lost without Drummond. Drummond does so much of the dirty work that people who don't watch basketball, who just look at box scores, see it, and they're like, "Dude, he's not even good." Like, look at this. Like, you don't watch the games live. You don't see everything that he does. All the shots. You don't see shots altered. Any of that stuff. Tip passes. You don't see any of that. Drummond is the motor for this engine. Wait, that doesn't make any sense because a motor is an engine. He is the motor for this car. Without him, you're not going anywhere. Blake Griffin's the transmission. With those two guys, you're going to have a working, functioning car. If that makes sense. That was a very, very weird way of explaining that, but I don't know why that pops in my head the way it did. But hey, it did. It happened. Not proud of it. Not embarrassed of it. Wherever Andre Drummond goes, if he does leave, they are going to be very, very happy. I think Boston's going to be a very strong contender and play for Andre. They need Andre. If they get Andre, they're going to be one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. So we're gonna be, and who knows, man? If you've been watching, KD's been talking. He's been gassing up the Pistons. He's been talking highly of Derrick Rose. He talked high about Drummond. He might be trying to recruit Drummond to the Brooklyn Nets. So who knows? Derrick Rose is the driver. I like that. And then Luke Kennard's the 22s you got on for your rims. I like where this is going. We're making a good car here. Yeah, well, he's having a lot of opportunity at Golden State since they don't have anybody over there. I'm pulling for Poole. I'm hoping Poole's going to play good for him. But he's already got broken twice. I mean, the Warriors got some young people who are getting some opportunities here. You don't know their names, but I was disappointed with Glenn Robinson, man. I thought he was going to be better for this team, and he didn't. Thon's the brake light that's out. Or he's the side view mirror that you got duct tape So it looks like it's all right. Yeah, I seen they got the U of M reunion going on over there. I can dig it. I can dig it. You just gotta keep them healthy. That's the key thing, man. If they're not healthy, then you're doomed. Absolutely doomed. Health is the Achilles heel for this team. We're not going to win a playoff series without Blake Griffin. We might be able to get to a playoff series without Blake, but we're not going to win one without Blake or Derrick Rose. You're seeing Bruce Brown improve this year. Got tore up by Trae Young, had a few bad games of foul trouble, bounced back beautifully the other night. I'm going to start going ahead and wrap this up. I'm going to go ahead and give my final predictions. The game does not start until 7. It's only 6 and some change. It's almost 6:20. But I got dinner in the oven. I got to make sure I don't burn that. So final predictions for this today. Official starting lineup's not going to be announced until like 5 minutes before game time. Start Bruce Brown. Keep him at the point guard. I think you have to keep that confidence going. Play some of these younger people like Kyrie Thomas, Mahai, Jordan Bone. Give them some opportunities. Doesn't have to be a long stint in the game, but give them some opportunities. Let's see what we got here. This should be a game where you experiment a little bit more. Not saying any of these guys are going to light it up or that any of these guys are going to be the answer, but if you don't have any point guards out there, you got to experiment with some of these players, man. I'd like that trade. I'd love to have Tim Hardaway Jr., but Tim Hardaway Jr.'s got a big contract. You're absolutely right. I think Detroit should win today. You got to keep that motor going, though. You just played a beautiful game against the Brooklyn Nets. Keep that motor rolling, man. We talked about building a car here. Keep that car rolling. Play these young guys, man. Give them their confidence. Keep Bruce Brown, Luke Kennard in the starting lineup today. Let them play together. I like that experiment. I think that could be a future backcourt for this team. I like both of Luke Kennard and Bruce Brown's future. They both have a ton of potential. Gotta give them opportunities. Drummond's going to go crazy again today. Drummond should be pretty close to a 2020 again today. I mean, I don't see anyone on Washington's roster that scares me at the 5 position of keeping Andre off the glass. Andre should go crazy again today. And I think if we play Christian Wood should have a good game. Hopefully Derrick Rose is good to go today, but I'm not pushing for Derrick Rose to come back. Make sure he's good to go. Make sure he's 100%. Anything under 100%, don't play him. Because it's too early in the season to make sure they're playing through these injuries. So, we got a prediction. You got 113 to 102. I like it. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 105 to 95 Detroit. I don't think it's gonna be a very high scoring game. I think it's gonna be hard defensive game. For some reason, we have a tough time playing in Washington. So we are going to see what happens. This is a good test for the Pistons early on without anybody. Rose is out. Rose is going to be out with load management for probably a couple more. Yeah, he should probably be back this Wednesday when we play. They just overuse him. He's got a little bit of soreness in his hamstring, but he'll be back. He'll be back in no time. It's nothing serious. I'm glad that the Pistons aren't rushing him back. That is good. Very, very good. I believe it is in Washington. Let me pull it up before we wrap it up. Yes, it is in Washington. So for some reason we have a tough time playing in Washington, but the Pistons should go out here and get this dub. It's not like Washington's a powerhouse. So I appreciate you guys coming out today. A little bit of a shorter video, but I'm not 100% yet. I still can't talk for long periods of time without my throat getting dry or anything like that. So I apologize, man. I'm not ready to go live during the games yet. Something that I wanted to do for all 82. Unfortunately, that got cut very, very short, very, very quick. But I'm getting better. It's coming in waves. So I appreciate you guys coming out. Instagram, Twitter, those links in the description. Also, all DSA members in the description as well. Be sure to go to the roundtable this Thursday. Got a lot of topics to talk about for the Lions. A lot of people aren't happy with them. Some people are still on the bandwagon. So whatever side of the fence you're on, be sure to come out there and voice your opinion, man. But without further ado, appreciate you guys coming out tonight. Go Pistons. Hopefully they can get that win. I'll see you guys tomorrow with the review. Hopefully I can have that review for you guys up first thing in the morning. If not, it'll probably be out like 5:30-ish. So that being said, have a good night. Go Pistons. Hopefully they can win. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Would help if I hit end stream and not leave.